So let's talk a little bit about this journey from the beginning until now. What was something that's surprised you guys over the last few months?
Well, I would say, in this journey, we've been in the industry for a long period of time. So we've been here since, like token ring, ATM networks to the traditional networking and now to AI. And so along the way, we've always had to adapt and learn. It's been a continual process in keeping up with the customer requirements and, we're staying certified with the OEM lines that we're carrying and just staying astute with the technology, what the customers are asking for. But at the end of the day, I would say the biggest surprise for me, which I'm really learning when starting up RackStar Networks, is the power of personal relationships. Like,
Yeah.
technology is always changing. It's going quick. You got to keep up with it. But one thing that always remains consistent is to have good reputation, good personal relationships, and create that kind of stability or foundation in your customer vendor base, just like kind of whole community, like the whole broker bank community, that's so important. And so we're doing a really heavy focus on building that out and really expanding our network and having, meaningful relationships. More person to person meetings, I think, is really important. With this whole kind of industry evolving into automation and I think people are so bombarded by all these different messages and different platforms to be getting on that there's so much coming at them that it's hard for you as a new person to come in and say, like, hey, I'm with Rackstar Networks and I can help out, and this is the reason why. So you really need that personal connection. That's a really powerful thing.
Absolutely. Scott, I feel like you're speaking my love language now.
Oh, good.
This
Well,
is
yeah,
what I
I'm
mean.
starting to learn it more now too.
I would just like die on this hill for sure that your personal relationships are worth more than anything, or that having that personal contact with your customers, colleagues, your vendors, the people that you're working with within the industry, and even a little bit, outside of the industry, right? Like all of the connections that you're making are just so important to have that personal connection. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
love the idea of meetings and just one-on-one conversation, or like the face-to-face, or this virtual to virtual face-to-face.
Right. No, I think it's
Just
so
the
important.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I've learned too is even when I've gone to meetings or gone to a conference, like went to one yesterday, I wasn't even really sure what I was going to get out of the meeting at first. I was
Hmm.
speaking with somebody that does like infrastructure for data centers, so like racks and PDUs. It's something that we're not strong on, but we're looking into more. And
Hmm.
once I had that person conversation, we actually talked about people we knew in the industries or synergies where we could work together. And we've already
Exactly.
kind of uncovered things that I probably wouldn't have normally had in my quiver of things to sell to my end users, but because
Yeah.
of that conversation in person, it really opened up those kind of opportunities.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly the kind of thing that happens. I would argue that more often than not, when you're having those conversations in person, face to face, you do end up learning or making a connection or coming up with something that wasn't even on your radar. That's usually what happens, or the conversations take a different um path in a positive way and provide some
Hmm.
information or give you give you something else valuable that you would not have been able to know or gain or have learned otherwise. So I think it's really important. So good.
Okay. Yeah, good. We're in agreement. That's
Yes,
good.
we're in agreement for
Mhm.
sure.